Halfpenny. He was back in action for the first time in over 15 months, actually, as the Scarlets, still looking for their first win of the season, travelled to Treviso to take on Benetton.
We have to say, for all the ball that Benetton are having, the Scarlets have been very good and they create the turnover. Advantage being played, little knock on while the ball was held in one hand. Oh, and it's eventually come away with a penalty. Well, it was good work in the first instance. Well, within the first 5 minutes, opportunity to open scoring for the home team. It is outside half, Tomas Albornoz. Solid strike, right through the middle. Ball is there, but it's very, very slow, and they'll go through the heavy mob. Almost a fumble there.
Another quick phase now, and then just open it up.
Just get in behind, place it and away. Sean Evans did well, did enough. Speed bump-wise, just a slow possession down. Little bit of width, show and go. Tackle comes in from Luisi.
Oh, he's bouncing, he's in!
Well played. Well, it's the outside half, Tomas Albornoz. As we saw with Duvenage, Kieran Hardy now barking orders at the men in front of him. Evans breaks off with the back, penalty advantage being played by the referee.
No problem there, you're legal. But we have number 6, clear change of bind.
For the Lions, for Wales, now for the Scarlets. And it's a decent strike.
Oh, he's got it.
And it is normal service resumed.
Ball's taken back.
Duwalt Duvenage into the box. Great take from Halfpenny. How many times have you seen him do that? Places the ball. Almost an excellent steal from Manuel Giuliani.
Yeah,
just went off his feet, didn't he? Very difficult skill. Almost got it right. A welcome 3 points. Should it go over? Well, how many times have you seen? That's fantastic. Short ball, quick, good work. Well, that could work.
Whoa!
Great pick.
Here it is, outside, he's in.
Little flick.
He's got to be in.
An opportunity. Wow, simple as you like. Dear me. Cool and calm, maybe Eduardo Padovani, but a little mistake over the middle. How many times do you see that? A poor pass goes to ground, and players just look at it. The assistant referee is in with a flag up, and that'll be against Ryan Combier, I think. There's a Benetton hand that belongs to Toa Halafihi. He does enough to cause a little bit of disruption. Was there from the beginning, quite entitled to do so. Blacker taps it, goes quickly. It's an opportunity for the scrum half. Well worth a dart.
Oh, straight through.
Great play. Great play. Ken Owens in at the back.
They need to score here, don't they, the Scarlets here?
Well, you see Blacker just having a look. Hidalgo Klein, his opposite number, just dancing around, looking which way to go. Ball's thrown into midfield.
Oh, he's straight through Johnny Williams.
Johnny Williams. Well, poor defence from Benetton. Johnny Williams doesn't care.
Oh, it's a turn down.
Oh, and he actually had no idea where it was. But luckily, Blacker was alert. And it's an attacking opportunity on this near side.
Oh, what was that?
Combier.
Oh, poor pass. Oh, he's gone straight for his knee. Oh, that, I dare say it, that might be an ACL.
Halafihi takes it forward. Hidalgo Klein waits. Rhino Smith playing at 10 now. High ball off that left foot, cross field. Hanging in the air.
Oh, difficult one.
It's bounced. Nobody's picked it up.
Oh, they got it back.
Back on the
he's away.
side. Smith is away. Little show and go.
Oh, it's lovely play.
That's great play. They're going to go all the way. It'll be Tommaso Meloncello. Well, and that'll win it for the home side.
We always have a good reaction. I think that the big thing that we need to come away and win those games. You know, I think that the reaction is one thing. I think it's when we're in the big moments, we need to nail it. We need to execute better. I thought we made some poor decisions on tackle area. you know, some poor decisions at time to hold on to the ball instead of sending it, kicking it. So I think that, you know, we only ourselves to blame, is the honest truth.
Yeah, Dwayne Peel not happy there, obviously. Another few injuries to add to the list, but good to see Lee Halfpenny back and Ken Owens as well. But the truth of the situation is that list is getting longer. There's over a team of them injured now. Johnny Williams with his calf and also Josh McLeod. Where do you think they are most vulnerable at the moment?
I think they're vulnerable in their consistency with injuries, but also selection. You know, getting some momentum. They can't really decide on a 10. You know, Costello, Patchell, Dan Jones. You know, 9s. They've got 2 real good ones there. Wynne is on the bench. Wynne needs to play and be Wynne. Great to have Ken back. I think they need Ken. I think they need that leadership, and they need some continuity, which the injuries aren't going to help. But you know, they've got some tough fixtures coming up, and when you look at the league table now, I know it's early days, but even now, if you're looking up, you know, that top 8 is going to be a long, long way away unless you start turning that around. Yeah,
and as we'll see later, there's only the one team, Welsh team, in that top 8. We always talk, don't we, about the set piece and how it really needs to function if you're going to give a platform. Well, the line-out really struggled, didn't it, in that first half?
Yeah, look, for the Scarlets, it's all about can they cope with pressure. And at the moment, they're looking a bit fragile, and they couldn't execute their line-out. And the knock-on effect with this is they couldn't, in the first half, get any momentum, build any attacking phases, or just get a foothold in the game at all. And here we see, after another line-out error, forces the Scarlets into conceding basically a needless penalty from the resulting field position. Benetton, they get into their attacking game, not flashy, but they're there. And look at this. 6 defenders, 3 attackers. They've got to go down and shut that off. They've got to be ones putting the pressure on. That's disappointing. 3 tackles and a try. And that's all because they couldn't execute and deal with the pressure. Again, the kicking game. This man, Smith, he was absolutely outstanding. Looking in there, making him that ball his own. Again, they went to the sky time and time again. Look at the arc of the runner coming from out with it in, blindsiding the Scarlets players and getting that ball. And it wasn't just their kick to compete. It was their ability of their half-backs just to scan, see where the wingers were, see where the space was, and continually turning Scarlets, not allowing them to run onto the ball, not allowing them to get their counter-attacking game. And as well, it wasn't if they won the ball in the air, it was also their ability to be the next person to react. Here we are, bouncing ball, it's a Benetton player. And this man, Smythe again, what a player he was. Look at that, 50-22, nice and easy. And time again, this is what Benetton did, and Scarlets just couldn't cope with it. And this clip here really just sums up the evening. Watch Smith again, watch tracking his run. It's a kick to compete. At this time, Scarlets are at 6s and 7s. He has that sniff, it doesn't come out. He goes in at 9, has a little slip. No one's folded on the blind side, smashes on the afterburners. Callum Mahoney can't do anything. It could have been one of 3 Benetton players scored the try. So, look, credit to Benetton. They're not the Benetton of old these days. They are a different animal, and they are going to be really hard to beat at home. But I tell you what, Scarlets really need to start getting a bit of steel in them because it's going to be a long season. I think a big development of Benetton's game is that kicking game and the kick chase, and that might have something to do with one of your old mates, Julian Salvi's gone there, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I think the way they're setting up on their exits, every kick can compete, they're letting the winger go and fill in behind. So Scarlets just couldn't deal with it, and they've just kept winning that those 50-50 challenges and gave them such better field position, and Scarlets just couldn't get any momentum, any go forward, and that's what they thrive on, really. Relieved that you don't have to go there this season? Yeah, we got them home this year, so... You do indeed. You mentioned it actually, Sean, or you touched on it, this consistency in picking a team that Dwayne Peel can't have at the moment because he's chopping and changing. How much of a factor is that? Well, a lot of it's out of Dwayne's control because of injuries, form maybe. International players only can play a certain amount of games, so that's going to be very frustrating and worrying for him. You know, he knows he's got a difficult period coming up with the autumn, but, you know, at some point you're going to have to nail your colours to the mast, and I think having Ken back is going to be a massive fillip for him. You know, that leadership is crucial in these sort of times, and what better time to have him back than a derby match against Cardiff next week. That's a massive game now, early in the season. They do indeed have a derby coming up next weekend against Cardiff. Should be fascinating, so let's have a little look, shall we?